Alright, so good evening and good morning, everyone. Stock Master back at it here again. And today I'll be talking about ticker symbol M, Macy's. And of course, before I start the video, I just want to say that everything I'm talking about is speculations, so invest at your own risk. And then at the same time, watch through the whole video so you don't miss anything important on why I believe Macy is a good investment. I myself am bullish on this called stock. Alright, let's get into it. Straight to the point. Uh, Topic Macy's statistic. Let's look at the statistics, right? So if you look at the statistic, the market cap right now is 3.34 billion. Of course, they probably dropped because a pandemic year, right? And then 10.44 and all this right 1031, okay. 4 PE 14.83, but what I want to focus on this part here. Revenue. Right now they have 19.64 billion, which is good for a company during the pandemic. Revenue per share 63.19. Gross profit, so that's their profit for the year, which is good, 10.16 billion, and of course total cash 1.55 billion. So they do have a lot in cash flow right here, right? Operating cash flow 1.68 billion, leverage, free cash flow 1.86 billion. So that's good for them. Let's look at the chart really fast. So move on with my chart here. Year to date. All right, so 1 year ago, so let's say in January 2020, it was sitting around $17. Currently sitting at $12 right now. When I started buying this, was it probably around? I had mine around here in November. I started buying it because I believe that they can make a big huge comeback. And my price point, I'll talk about it later on. So watch the video. And of course, another quick reminder: like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you want to talk about the tickers, this ticker or any other ticker. I'm definitely willing to talk and conversate about stock. All right, so let's move on from statistics. Right, so they do have a lot. I'll talk about the price point later, like I said already. But first of all, let's talk about the store rating, right? So in 2018, I was amazed that this store was rated 19th out of all retail store with national retail variation, right? So they're rated 19th, and that's good for them. They beat a lot of big stores that I could mention down here. Verizon, Kohl's, Starbucks right now is currently growing, so I'm not sure if it's big. 2 years difference, so I'm not too sure where they stand right now. 7-Eleven, AT&T, Rite Aid, Nordstrom, Gap. So some of these are, and of course, J.C. Penney, right? So just mentioning some of them, and of course, the top one in 2018 was Walmart, and probably still is. All right, let's go into still the same thing. So let's look at retail. So I was actually amazed about Macy's when I found out that they're one of the one of the biggest retail store within the U.S. Leading department in 2019 in retail sales was Macy, and with of course Kohl's and System Nami, right? So 24.4 billion US dollars. So they have a lot of money generating, revenue generating, and I believe they could continue to generate that money and continue to grow their company bigger. Just keep growing. And I believe that that's possible with Macy. So let's go to store closing, right? So a lot of people are panicking right now, or they're selling, or they're not sure whether to buy, right? So the stores are closing. News has been coming out. They're closing 45 stores, I believe, right? 45 store closing this year, right here. We don't want to watch that. All right, so Macy's is closing 45 more in 2021. Right sizing plans. These closures bring us closer to achieving the right mix of mall store base. The list of new store closures has not been released yet. The Macy's at Cambridge closed for good in December. It will be closing 125 stores in low tier malls. Alright, so low tier malls is the main focus, okay? So reasons for closing, right? But before we go there, let's look at this. Yeah. So reasons for closing. I believe personally, right? I believe that let's say that I have 100 stores and 50 of them are not generating enough money to cover the cost of having that store. Why should I keep that store if I can't fund enough money to pay off the bill, the debt, right? So, close the stores down, save that money, and focus that money on stores that are growing or open new stores in locations that are booming, right? So like low tier malls. So I myself live in a city with I just say a city that have three malls, right? Two of the malls are booming. Actually, one of the malls is booming. Two malls are low tier malls. Nobody goes there. Everyone goes to the bigger one. And that's why I believe that it's smart for Macy's to pull out of those malls because nobody goes there. They're not generating any money. It's just a waste of space, a waste of revenue, right? The waste of they're not generating money. They're wasting the money into that area that's not creating them any profit. So I believe that's a good reason why they're closing it. So it's a good business move for Macy. So let's go to the right. So weak malls, which Shopper have long since defected and which have become an albatross for Macy's. So like I said, I have a mall in town where nobody goes, and I'll go there sometimes. I'm like, it's empty, literally, and but there's still stores in there, but it's empty. So no customers, no money. The chain now wants to focus on best stores, highest caliber A and B mall. True, that's good. It's e-commerce business, so they want to focus on A and B malls, e-commerce business, and new small stores. Format is currently testing. So smaller stores, right? So let's say that they have their own stores outside of malls, like small section stores. They're kind of like Old Navy, right? Old Navy they have stores everywhere. Gap, same thing. So if they want to have like mini stores outside, or that would be a good idea. So they're restructuring their uh profit strategy or their investment strategy, which is good. All right, so of course the next one is e-commerce, right? So I believe this is the part where I'm talking about e-commerce is right here. E-commerce. Okay. So omni-channel e-commerce has become a new focus for Macy's. As e-commerce growth exploded last year due to COVID-19 outbreak, today Macy's expects to post the store expected to close. So they're closing, and right now they're focusing on omni-channel and e-commerce. That's great for Macy. Everything's moving online. What's the biggest store right now that's doing everything online and generating? They're outbidding all their competitors. And I'm pretty sure you think of it, Amazon. So Macy is moving towards the online route, right? Which is good for Macy, and that's definitely a good move because you gotta move with the trend. You gotta change with the generation after generation. We can't keep everything the same. And Macy they realize that, and they're changing their tactics. All right, so that's good that they realize it, and that's what us consumer of the stock should realize that they're closing down now for. It's not bad. It's actually good for them because they're gonna focus on other areas that they could grow the company in, and it could generate more revenue. All right, so new chief, right? So they have a new chief coming up, which is right, right. So a new chief merchant officer, which is good. So this person, I'm not gonna butcher her name. So she's gonna come in and talk, help them restructure their everything, right? And she has been vice Macy's senior vice president and general business manager for BK and center core merchandise for a while. So that's good for her that she got moved up. At the same time, she could probably bring in new ideas, and this will help Macy grow. And of course, next earning date, right? So the next earning date is right here. So next earning is February 23rd, 2021. So a month from now. And I believe that it's actually good that the earning day is coming up soon because they're gonna report their earnings. And Macy actually had a lot of good sales um, in December right here. Okay, so on December 2015, the company announced several deals to attract last-minute shoppers and offer same deal day delivery through DoorDash until December 23rd. And Collins curbside pickup until 24th of December. The company announced on November 23rd they had named Malik Robert Amershashi as senior vice president for its corporate communication. So, and of course, late November they're collaborating with Couple Sisters, right? So that's I'm not sure what Couple Sisters are. You guys want you guys can look them up. But the thing is that the main thing I'm trying to get here is that they have deals and working on partnership. They're appointing new people to take lead because, like I said, new generation, new mentality, new leaders come take over, and we have to get with the trend. Macy has to get with the trend. All right, so price point. So last week I talked about this already with a few of my other friends, but last week we were stuck around, let's say 1 month, right? 2 months. So about a week ago, we've been sitting at this 11 for a while, 10, 11, right? And we don't know if we're gonna pass. We don't know if we're gonna hit 12. But things that we tested 12 on the 29th, which is about a little over a week ago, and then we dropped back down. But things that, for me, right, it didn't close at 12, but it closed at 12, but it hit higher than 12, and that showed me that Macy tested 12 and it broke through and it hit a new high for a while. So it hasn't hit 12 for a while, right? As you can see, for a month, 3 months, right? See, they have not hit 12 for a while. So they finally hit 12, and now they're testing the 1250s, right? But I believe that my next price point makes a lot of sense, right? That the next goal is to test $13. And of course, once they test 13, hit the 1350s, and then it's gonna bounce back down. So with stocks, a lot of people don't know that it's very volatile. It goes up, it goes down. It's never gonna be green all every day, all day. It'll go up, it'll go down. But it has to test 13, and once it hits 1350, if it stays there for throughout the day, and then it stays there, $13. So we're gonna keep testing, right? But I believe that the price point for myself is $25. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it until $25, and then once it hits 25, reevaluate the stock, and after I reevaluate, look at all the data, look at all the news. If I believe it's gonna grow more, I will keep my shares. But if I don't, I'll take profit and invest my money in another play. But that's pretty much it for Macy. If you like the content, subscribe, share, and like the video, and leave a comment below. And of course, I do my videos one take through, so I don't edit anything. Everything's genuine. I don't leave anything out. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so have a good night. Good luck, traders.